Okay. When I record these, I use my freaking selfie camera on my phone rather than the gym camera. So it's a little dark 'cause it's late. I don't really like this. Looks funky to me, so I'm just gonna record like this. Maybe that's a little better. Anyways, let's get going. I'm low on gas, so I really don't have time to chit chat while my car runs. And it is almost 6:30. It'll be probably close to 6:30 by the time I get to the gym. Which this is like their busy hours, so I have no clue what to expect. I know Monday nights are pretty busy. Wednesdays usually aren't too iffy, kind of because there's a local bar, college bar, that does like Wednesday night deals. And to my knowledge, I don't believe that there's any that do deals on Mondays. And I only know of this because I work security. Um, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be at all in the loop. And by the way, in terms of my mentioning of OCD, I think I mentioned it yesterday. This looks crooked to me right now. Looks tilted that way. Let's see if I can adjust it. I'll probably dislike it after it's adjusted. That looks pretty centered. I don't really like how. No, that's fine. Sometimes I feel like there's too much space between the top of my head and the frame, and then sometimes I feel like I'm too far scrunched down. But whatever. No time to really dilly dally with that. We're doing chest. Um, it's late in the day just because I have class Wednesday, and there's not really a good time for me to try and you know go earlier. Um, I've toyed with the idea of going home because basically my schedule today is I have class at 10 and I have class at 1. There's just not really enough time to. Theoretically, I probably could maybe make it work if I ate my food before my 10 o'clock class, left from that class to the gym. But it's just, it would work maybe some days. Like today's chest. Chest is usually pretty quick. Chest and technically a little bit of delts, but it's literally only side delts. That's the only delt direct training that I do because my rear delts are well developed, my anterior delts are really well developed. My side delts are well developed too, considering how little I train them. But nevertheless, so I feel like I'm all over the place. First bit of caffeine I've had all day. So let me gather some of my thoughts. Yeah, so nothing really to chat about on the way there. Honestly, I don't even really know what I'm gonna do for the lift. Um, could be 8 sets, could be 10 sets, could be 12 sets. I really don't know. Um, Probably not gonna do an incline. If I do, it'll probably be a more specific movement, and honestly, probably a little. Yeah, that's not how. Not using a turn signal works. You don't really get to just jimmy over into my lane, silly goose. Um, my incline will probably be a lot light. Maybe not a lot, but like relatively lighter weight. Trying to focus on more of a connection and not, throwing weight around, which is really what I should be doing. But I've been having fun with the throwing weight around with intent and care, obviously. But my shoulders haven't bothered me, and incline seems to be the one that bothers it the most. So I don't know. I plan to do a pec deck because I really like pec deck. I might do a decline cable fly. I don't know. In all honesty, as much as I want to give a little bit of chit chat here for the video's sake, I would honestly rather for today put some music on because I can think a little bit better when I'm not trying to think and like talk. So I'm gonna turn this off, put some music on, in a good lift headspace. I've been all like school headspace all day, amongst other things. I've got other stuff going on, but not really important to yip yet about. So I can't really make this lane change. Maybe I could, probably not. Oh, how generous! How generous. Uh, Anyways, so I'm gonna turn this off, try and figure something out, and hopefully okay. I'm not gonna chit chat because there's a red light coming up, and we're at the red light, kind of stopping. Yeah, so I guess that's about a good time as ever to stop the video, and it'll be a surprise for what you guys see me start at.
Also, watch them if you want to. See how his chin is tucked. Elbows are at a good degree, but he still leads with his chest. You see when he gets up, when he drives his elbows, that's the most he can shot. Obviously, he's a little, yeah.
That would be what?
Good work, he said.
One day.
You can see he has a little bit
Yeah, right there. Okay.
Don't look at me.
Okay, so I think I figured out what I was going to do. Initially, I wanted to do Pactec prior to cables, and I was going to use cables to get more of like a lower chest-ish connection, and Pactec more for just like, straight across movement. But I'm not really feeling, no matter how I finagle with this, for like lower chest. But I do know I can get a good like straight across type connection with cable flies. And the way that you'll see a lot, maybe not a lot, but you'll see people do them where they're just bent over. Like, let's say Sam's pretty common of doing this. I think I've seen clips of him doing it like this. And they're bent over, but they're doing it in orientation like this. And you might wonder, well, if you stand up, the orientation is still very similar to just straight across cable flies. Why not just do it normally? And my understanding of why is because it's a little bit easier sometimes to negate the resistance that's pulling back against you as you start adding more and more weight to the stack. Just simply bending over, kind of letting your body weight kind of sink down, and that's what counterbalances you, rather than having the weight pulling you back as opposed to up, and having to sit there and like constantly adjust how much you're resisting that tension pulling you backwards between your concentric and your eccentric. So you can go. I don't care. I don't care. That was fucking terrifying. Ow. Well, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. All right. Kind of nervous about how little gas I have, but hopefully that's not a problem I have to deal with on this drive home. I will say that so lift was a good exercise. A little rushed, but not awful. And by rushed, I just mean like I feel like a little more time period might have been a bit better for that last group of stuff on the pec deck, but nevertheless. So I did those drop sets at the beginning. Those really burnt out. So that was what, 3 drop sets, and then. So my plan, because I think I kind of mentioned it, but moving with the pec deck, since I did the cables first, and I did the cables more of like a flat across, straight across movement. I gotta be able to see. My plan with the pec deck was to try and, sit down and lean back with it a little bit to try and get a little bit more of a kind of a decline motion or angle to try and hit a little bit of that lower pec. That would be, ideal. But it wasn't really feeling the best just on the shoulder, just being super tired. So I just kind of finagled with it to just, get good work out of those last 3 sets that even if they weren't necessarily, lower pec focused. And in the end, pec's pec, kind of. Like within reason. If you don't have a superly underdeveloped, like, even if you have a super underdeveloped, like under pec or upper pec, like doing one chest day and missing out a little bit on your under pec or your upper pec, as long as you're still getting work that, like, work is work, your pec's gonna grow. But anyways, enough bickering about that. I did end up putting the camera away right before. I don't gotta speed up. Yeah, that was still yellow, kind of. Saw the owner as he was walking out, and I was walking over to, like, after the pec deck stuff, and we, like, made eye contact, and I just smirked at him and just, like, turned to hide, like, my tripod, like, behind my body, and he just, like, smirked at me and shook his head and said goodnight, but I was like, I'm just put it away. Just because also the stuff that I was going to go do, there were a lot more people over by the shoulder machine that I was going to do. And it was kind of almost getting like a little bit more packed as it got a little later. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pack her up. But yeah, so all I did for shoulders was a couple sets of lateral raises on the machine. The machine that I like to use wasn't available, so I mean, in the end, my shoulder movements weren't probably as, high quality as ideal. I was kind of running short on time. I ended up calling my brother. My brother called, so we were chatting, so that kind of took up some time. And I got some stuff I want to do. Anna wants to have like a little hangout, watch our TV show. We've been watching this show called The Mentalist. Just look it up if you care at all. We're getting close to kind of like the climax of the series, so she's excited to watch that. And I think she's been having a bit of a stressful day, so she definitely wants to have a nice decompress, time to decompress before bed. So if I could, I would like to. Oh, careful there, big guy. If I could, I would like to try and get home. And things that I have to do. I have to shower, eat, and then make my last meal to bring over to her place. Technically last 2 meals, but the last meal is a protein shake, so. But, so I gotta do that. I got some more steps I gotta get. That shouldn't be too difficult. Try and get Newton to go shit. I'll bring Newton over to her place, because we're gonna sleep there. Newton being the dog. I realize I might mention Newton on here sometimes, and if you're only like on here just from finding my YouTube channel, and you've never seen my TikTok or my Instagram, Newton's my dog. People on my TikTok, I believe, have gotten pretty familiar because people will be name dropping them in the comments. But yeah, so Newton's my dog. Yeah. Not awful with my time. I would say I'm 20-ish minutes behind, maybe. So I might just not be able to get as much homework done tonight. But then again, the nice thing is I don't have any like homework due. It's more so just stuff trying to keep on top of, stuff due at the end of the week, stuff due next week, stuff like that. Because, so that's that. In terms of like anything else, like, worthwhile of talking about, I don't really know, honestly. I don't know. I will say I have like no appetite right now. Over the past week, I've been having like no appetite on the drive home from the gym. My appetite is like good all through the day, and then I just feel not nauseous. I do think I took a little bit too much pre-workout before this lift. There wasn't that much caffeine in it, but just a bunch of other stuff. And a bunch of other stuff can just not really be the kindest on, your tummy sometimes. But, so that's that. I don't really have anything, worthwhile of talking about. There's a lot of people in the pickleball court. So I'm gonna turn this off. Oh, I also gotta get yesterday's video edited and uploaded. So, alright. I'll see you guys.